Hello, welcome to another kata video. All this month in July 2020, I've been going through the katas that I know. The last kata video that I put out was Cypher, and it's quite a smooth, flowy kata. The next one I learnt was Naifunchin, or some people call it Naifunchin, some people call it Teki. It's got different names depending on the style that you do. I learnt this kata as quite a hard, sharp, precise kata, very defined moves, unlike the flowing katas that I've done before it. This one was very different. So like I showed you gets at a knee, and I showed the flowing from one move to another. I did Cypher, again flowing. This one I learnt very precise, very sharp, very crisp, very like that. Yeah, I actually really like this kata. A lot of people don't like this kata, particularly if they come from softer styles, because this kata is generally done in the harder styles of karate, whereas the softer styles don't tend to do it. One thing I liked about this kata when I first learnt it was the new stances and things. Because up until then, I'd only ever done shikadachi as the all stance. This one does kibadachi, so it's a completely different feeling. Again, chidanuke. This one is different. This one is udeuke, which is a lot harder. Instead of gracefully going out and meeting a technique and deflecting it, it's just sort of bashing it out the way. And I liked that. And I used to really try and do this kata as hard as I could, but as I've said in like pretty much every video I've ever made, with my chronic fatigue, I can't overdo things. I can't just like put 110% into anything anymore, so I've had to soften up everything. So now I do this kata at home because I'm no longer affiliated with any karate group because I had to leave due to my health. But I still practice. Now I do everything really soft. So now, instead of really doing this hard, I do it soft. It still has the emphasis. The techniques are still going to work. I'm still, making sure that punch works, that block works, whatever. Because there's no point doing it if it doesn't work, then that's just a dance. But I do everything so much softer now, and so much more graceful. So this opening move I've seen done many different ways, whether the hands are going up like so. I've seen it done pointing forwards, I've seen it done both ways, I've seen it all different ways. And also the leg, I've seen that done multiple different ways. I've seen it as a knee strike, I've seen it as a maigeri, I've seen it as a crescent without the wobbly hands. And I like it's low, it has a nice feeling. Low, strike. I like that feeling there. Grabbing someone's head, bashing it in. It's very precise. It's nice. I like the feeling. I used to practice this on a wall in my old house. There was a wall outside. It was about knee height, a single brick width. And I'd practice on there, going sideways, because if you misplaced your footing, then you'd fall off the wall. But it wasn't so high that you're going to hurt yourself, but high enough to know that you've made a mistake. So I used to do that, but I don't have such wall around here. Alright, let's see if I can remember how to do this the way I learnt it. Okay, so the first move that I learnt was to look. You come down low, and then go out. This has many applications. Like so. Then straight across. Again, low. I always liked this bit because I used to rush this. When I was learning it, I'd rush the kata so much, and then I would always use this bit as a break to slow down. I actually nearly failed one of my gradings because I had to do this kata in front of the judges who were grading me, and I used to do it so fast. I used to try and get it as hard and fast as crisp as I could. I mean, the crispness was there, the sharpness was there, it was all lovely, but I would go through this kata so fast, and I really would. It took me ages to learn how to slow it down. I don't know why, I just like really loved it, so I'd like, yeah, let's do this as quickly as possible, yeah, and then I'd always slam the brakes here, realise I was being an idiot, and then rush off again. Luckily, they let me do it again. They were like, what was that? That was way too fast. So I did it again, and I passed the grade. And they're like, slow down. All right, so this has got many applications. Some are more obvious than others. You've got someone on your left, someone on your right, someone in front. So it's a three-person attack. This move here I like. I used to practice this all the time. My punching down, my striking down, various different ways of doing it. So punch down, strike down, even with a little bit of hip, like a Gedambarai, or maybe just a straight Gyakuzuki punch. I used to play around with different ways of doing that. But I think it's good to play around with the katas. And this one really does help get the hips engaged. And this bit, as I said before, is really nice. And just take a moment to breathe before you go in again. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Naifunchin. One of my favourite katas, because it's so different to everything else that I learnt, because I was learning a style which was heavily based on Goju-ryu, and this is traditionally not a Goju-ryu kata, which I really liked it. But I still like sort of the hard, soft flow of the Goju-ryu, which is I stayed with it. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that kata, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.